Hello everyone. I'm Dasha Jamison with Red Rock Pastel Society of Nevada. Today we are getting together to explore color of yellow, and you guys encouraged not just listen to this lecture what Olga Kosheleva prepared for us, and I will be reading, but also to paint. And I hope you all guys got supply list. So you will need white scrape of pastel paper, medium yellow, light yellow, white, black, and blue. So I hope guys you have this nearby. Also, we will have small still life setup, what we will create later. And for this, you will need larger brown sheet of paper. You can prepare it yourself, or if you have something handy, that would be beneficial. And some more people joining us. I'm gonna share screen. Guys, can you see my screen? Can you see my presentation? Yes, thank you for nodding. And yellow, understanding of color theory through visual impact of color yellow. As I was saying earlier, when we picked theme for our upcoming online exhibition, yellow, I was talking to our members, to Sherry and Mary, our wonderful volunteers, and they shared what they not very comfortable with color of yellow, and what they do not know how to approach it. And as a problem solver, I thought, like, what can we do? Because it's maybe more than one person who thinks that, and let's see what we need to know about yellow and how can we better understand this color, so it will help us in our creative journey. So I approached wonderful pastel artist Olga Kosheleva. Her two paintings so far inspired posters for our previous exhibitions. Red, it's her painting Red Mountain, and yellow, it's also her painting at dawn. So she masterfully works with color, and also has great approach to it, how she understands it herself and how she teaches it. And her 30 plus years pedagogical experience. So we decided to prepare a lecture, and it got out of hand. So it became very long lectures. So we decided to simplify it and don't do it in two languages. So you'll just get it in one, in English. And for those of you who are Russian speaking, we will share it original lecture, what was prepared by Olga Kosheleva, on our blog in Russian, but you will get English translation by me today, but all material and this lecture intended to be from her. And please meet Olga.
Дорогие друзья, меня зовут Ольга Кошелева. Я родилась, живу и работаю в городе.
Dasha, I'm not, did you change the first slide?
Can you hear, can you see the slide right now?
I'm seeing the yellow poster slide, the very first one.
Is everybody seeing? Okay, let's go again. You can see my screen now, right? Okay, thank you, Cindy. I can see you. So you, and you see Olga, right? Okay, so please meet Olga Kosheleva.
Образование и на старших курсах
Can you
начала
hear her?
активную творческую выставочную деятельность. На сегодняшний день я являюсь членом Союза художников России и членом Национального союза пастелистов. География моих выставок достаточно обширная. За последние 5 лет я провела около 10 персональных выставок. В прошлом году у меня прошла крупная персональная выставка в Новосибирском государственном художественном музее, где я показала около 100 пастельных листов. А до этого у меня состоялась выставка в выставочном центре «Эрмитаж Сибирь». Каждая выставка – это встреча со зрителями. На творческих встречах я много говорю о пастели и стараюсь популяризировать наш с вами любимый материал. И что такое пастель для меня? Пастель для меня – это прежде всего мелодичность и музыкальность. Пастель для меня – это очень тактильный материал. Пастель для меня очень камерный, спокойный, негромкий материал. Пастель – это материал, который создает особенное чувственное воздействие на зрителя. И пастель – это материал, который создает особенные цветовые и световые потоки в картинной плоскости. В сегодняшней лекции мы будем говорить о желтом цвете. И материал, который вы получите, он основан на моей деятельности и на моей творческой деятельности. И я очень рада поделиться своим опытом с американским сообществом пастелистов. Еще раз всех приветствую, обнимаю и желаю творческих успехов.
Thank you, Olga. And Olga resides, works, and teaches in Omsk. It's Siberia, so we have 14 hours difference. So it's midnight, and we decided not to make Olga to work overnight. If it would be Tony, on the other hand, I will have no problem to make him work. But I'm more compassionate woman. So just a reminder, this lecture was prepared by Olga Kosheleva, and I'm just doing translation and voiceover. So please bear with us. We will have some theory and we will have some practice. Please be prepared to get your fingers dusty, and here we go. So material is unfamiliar to me, but I will try my best. So greetings to you, friends, artists, colleagues, and pastel enthusiasts. We believe what you familiar with a color theory, and in this brief lecture, we will cover certain aspects of it, what we will think will be helpful for you in your future creative endeavors. Yellow in Olga's work, not a very frequent guest, but it always emerges from a strong impression, a powerful emotion, a loud resonance, a strong vibration. It's always unexpected and usually very natural, meaning the source of inspiration has a bright, realistic foundation. This could be an autumn leaf, a quote from a literature work, music, an architecture impression, and much more. Allow me to show several of Olga's pastel work that feature yellow. For Olga, each color has an inner vibrational resonance. Yellow is not the most frequent guest in her work, but when it strikes, the result comes surprisingly quickly with a large outburst of energy. So let's see a few pastels that feature yellow by Olga Kosheleva. And remember, it has strong, realistic foundation. So this style called magical realism, maybe. But we here just to like pay attention to yellow here. And this is our poster. Olga always works with music. And when she uses term resonance, she doesn't mean illustration of a musical piece. Rather, it's more about the internal tuning fork set to capture the energy of color, its vibration, and its psychological effect. The sound-like effect is harmonized during the creation process, and in final stages, a complete image of what has been seen emerges. So let's see another pastels. Yellow. So guys, I'm showing pastels by Olga, featuring yellow. I think it's Yellow Road. Olga's understanding of the color theory is not new. It's based on educational system developed at FOTEMAS, Higher Art and Technical Studios, what was founded in 1920s in Moscow. Here are some works from this school. And in our school is Bauhaus. Bauhaus, the German word translated as the house of construction, a term commonly used to the state higher schools of construction and form development. In 1990, Olga studied in Art and Graphical Faculty of Omsk State Pedagogical University in St. Petersburg. And then they had museum practice. So you guys now see how it connects all together. She bought a small book by Vasily Kandinsky titled On the Spiritual in Art. Let me show it in English, and you can find this book on Amazon. It's available, I checked. So Kandinsky taught at the Bauhaus for several years. The impact of this book and its resonance with the author became defining for entire creative and pedagogical journey for Olga. So that book had powerful impact on her, and this lecture attributes as a reference point of Vasily Kandinsky, the founder of abstract expressionism. Additionally, Olga relies on her personal experience working with color and teaching. So here's Vasily Kandinsky, that's my favorite. You guys probably seen his pieces somewhere, but he developed color theory, and this aspect of color theory we will be getting familiarizing ourselves again today with. So each color has a physical and psychological impact. When exposed for a long period, a vibrational resonance of the color arises. And when speaking about color relationships, a vibrational impact comparable to a sound symphony occurs. But color itself is simply paint. It comes to life and begins to have an effect when interacting with other colors. Such interactions lead to two main divisions: warm and cool tones, light and dark tones. Four main resonances of each color immediately arise. It can either be warm and light, or dark, or cool and light, or dark. So we're talking about temperature and about the value, okay? Each color can have different qualities. Of course, you know what warmth or coolness tends towards yellow or blue. This is the first great contrast, which has immeasurable inner importance and significance. So here are some examples. And we will continue discussing yellow based on this comparison. The second major contrast is the difference between white and black, light and dark. Let's turn to our hero, yellow, based on what we just said. Yellow is a light color by itself. And on a scale of lightness, it can become a bit lighter while maintaining its quality. So you can see yellow losing brightness. It can, due to its pigment, become more saturated, but yellow with even the slightest exposure, so here's yellow more saturated, but yellow with the slightest exposure to a cool color, in our context blue, loses its yellow quality and takes on a completely different resonance, a calmer greenish tone. The same transformation happens to yellow if a bit of black is added. It takes on a more dramatic character, becoming somewhat sickly greenish tint. So let's see examples. Yellow introduced with a little bit of blue and with black. Olga always explained to her students at the beginning of their studies, there is not such a thing as a dark yellow. We never use such term in everyday life. Dark yellow apple, dark yellow dress, dark yellow sky at the sunset. When yellow is darkened, it loses its quality. It no longer resonates and acquires a different meaning. Yellow color easily merges with white, preserving its identity, but the road from yellow to white is small due to the lightness and kinship of both colors. Dear friends, we're proposing some exercise, so it's exercise time. Please prepare your white paper. So I hope you're drawing with us. You will need 2 yellows, white, blue, and black. So I asked Olga specifically which pastels she was using. She said yellows were closer to cadmium, medium cadmium yellow and cadmium yellow light from Sennelier. White was Dan 1000 white pastel. Blue was also from Sennelier, this one. Black is, I believe, Nevskaya Palitra, but you can use whichever pastels you have and whichever pastels in your box. I would just probably say, because it's a blending exercise, use softer pastel. And we will have few minutes for that. Let me tell you what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing several scales. You can use either of your yellows for the first, or you can do 2 of the first scale. So place yellow at the center in 3 steps to the left, gradually transition it to almost white, very light yellow. In 3 steps to the right, start adding blue, observing how yellow shifts towards green. So it's the first exercise. I will show you. So you can put some yellow across and some second yellow across. So middle will be untouched. To the left, here you will be adding some white. To the right, you will be adding some blue. The lefter you go, the more white you add. The brighter you go, the more blue you add, and you will need to blend. So as an example shown here. So let's start with that. You can use one of the yellows or both of the yellows for this. Adding white to the left, more left, more white. And we will be adding blue to the right, and she added black here. You can do separate scale for black if you wish, so you can see both colors changing. So you should transition to the almost white at the left and almost black to the right by adding blue. You can do now the same thing with black on the right, adding a little bit black, a little bit black, a little bit more black. And it will shift towards grayish green and just a green with a blue. How you guys doing? Are you drawing with us? Can I see some thumbs up? You having fun so far? It's not just theory, but you putting it into practice. You're making it yours now. You're internalizing the knowledge. So you should have 2 or 4 scales, like of light yellow moving towards white and light yellow with blue and with black. So you can have 2 or 4 scales. But to the left, we're moving towards light. On the right, we're adding black or blue, and we're moving towards grayish green or green. Let me go back for a second. And we will do a third scale. Now take your place blue at the center. And in 3 steps to the left, transition to very light, almost white blue. So we keep adding white on the left. You will need to have another scale of placing blue at the center. And you will be adding black on the right. The goal of this exercise, observing of how blue deepens and darkens while undergoing a change. So while you're doing it, let's summarize. We observed how yellow moves towards very light yellow. And we're observing how when added blue, it shifts towards green. And when we added black to the yellow, we observed how yellow shifts towards a grayish green. And when we did same manipulation with blue, to blue, we're just adding white and black. We observing how blue changing. How you guys doing? Please let me know. Are you completed this exercise? Let me go into the chat. Okay. We will be recording, so you can do it on your own time and post in our Facebook group. If you did it now and want to show, feel free to raise it up if you have your video on, and I will spotlight. If some have it done and want to show, you can show your scale. I will be going to the gallery and I will spotlight it. I have few people with screens. Somebody brave enough, and we will continue with our lecture. Donna, are you ready? You're showing it, right? Let me spotlight for everyone. Okay. Would you like to unmute yourself? What do you think? Okay, I see. Yeah, you don't have, I see you have gloves on, but nice job. We see how it changing to grayish green, and you got it pretty dark yellow, right? Yeah, but it's not, it's already different color. Kathy, do you want to show it? Did you do exercise? I'm just don't want to miss anyone. Thank you for sharing, Dana. Anyone else? Okay, not today, but I hope if you painting, feel free to post in our Facebook group. I will ask Sherry or Mary, please put our Facebook group in the comments in the chat so you can take picture of what you've done, and if you made an observation while you was doing it, you can share with the group because everybody has different takeaway, different experience, and it's about sharing. You can grow from sharing your work. And I will be sharing too, but I will be sharing my screen with you again, guys. So thank you for doing this exercise. Do not put your pastels away because you will need them for our still life setup. We will continue exploring yellow. And just a reminder, this exercise and this lecture was prepared by Olga Kosheleva specifically for our retro group, for you to get accustomed with yellow color, its qualities, and hopefully entering our upcoming show. So here we go. It turns out that self-sufficient yellow has its own small independent scale. So what's the strength of yellow? The strength of yellow lies in its ability to create movement, and movement is vibration, oscillation, active resonance. If we imagine a horizontal plane, yellow always moves towards us. That's towards the viewer. It does not move away from us like blue. In psychological terms, yellow can be intrusive due to the tendency to rush towards the viewer. If you enclose yellow within a shape, for example, a circle, it acquires centrifugal movement. It will try to escape the confines of shape. I hear the echo.
Yeah. If your car still comes. Down.
Hard to speak when you hear the echo, especially my own echo. Guys, if you will have questions, please unmute yourself, ask question, use the chat feature. So let's continue with the movement. The same movement characteristics of yellow remain if the color is slightly whitened. Blue, on the other hand, has the opposite type of movement, away from us, away from the viewer, and when placed in a shape, it takes off opposite movement into the depth. So yellow moves towards us, blue away from us. Yellow like a sun, what you see in the children's book, and centripetal motion of the blue into the form. And here is some illustration of it. Since both colors, yellow and blue, are active and have their own movement, we can determine the psychological effect of these colors by the nature of their movements. The movement of yellow is directed towards the person. It can be raised to the level of annoying persistent, jumping beyond boundaries, scattering its energy into surrounding space. Yellow bothers person, pricks, agitates them, and sometimes acts boldly and intrusively on the soul. So that's why some people don't like yellow. The resonance of this yellow effect is similar to increasing louder sound of a high trumpet or the upper notes of fanfare. Let me go back. So this is a great example. Yellow cannot be taken to the great depths. When cooled by blue or black, it takes on, as mentioned before, painful tint. Blue placed alongside yellow either balances its movement or intensifies it. To enhance the movement of yellow towards the viewer, the blue should be darkened. The tendency of blue to deepen is so strong that it becomes intense, specifically in a darker tones. The darker the blue, the more it invites the person into infinity, awakening a longing for purity and eventually something transcendental. So let's see next slides on blue, how it balances the yellow. Also Olga's pastels. Watch interaction of blue and yellow. I will stop at this one. Light blue, when represented musically, resembles a flute, blue like a cello, and as it darkens, it takes on the sound of wonderful bass. In deep, solemn form, the resonance of blue can be compared to the low notes of organ. Let's step away from the scheme of yellow light or yellow influenced by blue for the moment, and let's look at a relationship between yellow and red, because we worked with red and orange before, so let's do that. Yellow can enter into a relationship with red. This creates many color shades from yellow orange, orange to orange red. In this case, the influence of yellow changes its quality. It acquires an orange resonance, but orange, like yellow, has the same ability to move towards the viewer. Yellow, orange, 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 red always move towards the viewer in any shape, trying to break out of it. In this progression, as the color moves towards red, its movement intensity decreases, and when it transitions to red, yellow loses its resonance. The movement yellow towards the red. Friends, we will pause here at the movement when yellow transitions into red and move on to the practical task. The main motto of our task is the movement of a yellow color. Oh, guys, we made it through theory, and now it's on to practice. We're gonna create our own still life, and we will have music. So the main goal for you is observe the movement of a yellow color and enjoyment of a process. So materials. This is example done in gouache, something what Olga's student done at school. And we will have our own still life setup. Olga used quinces for her setup. This is her example. She did just one, but we will have a little bit more complex setup for you. So those are quinces. They in season right now in Siberia. So she picked them up and set it up into the composition. So you don't need to solve it, but if you have yellow fruits in your kitchen or yellow objects laying around the house and you want to place them on a blue plane, you have blue dress, cloth, paper, you can use your own setup. For materials, you will need tone pastel paper of dark brown color. Format at discretion of the participant, no smaller than 12 by 19. Set of soft dry pastels. We will start with drawing, carefully considering the composition of the sheet. The condition is a top-down view of the still life. And pictorial plane includes drapery and the object's position on a horizontal surface. So let's go back to examples for a second. So it's all horizontal plane, horizontal pictorial plane and view from above.
Excuse me, Dasha.
Yes.
So two things, the view from above, how do we get that view?
Right here. So imagine they lay on a table. So that's a reference. It's
Right, but if we're going to do our own, like,
so you'll just place it on a table and look up, look down to it.
oh, I see. Okay. And the second question is the white plate, that makes a difference on, the impact of the color of the quince, right? So do we
Is
need
it?
to have a white plate on our own still life?
You don't have to. Here you can see like that's a kind of a tricky thing, right? Because white is not white here. You can see how white changes also by reflexes. You don't have to have white. You can eliminate that because our main goal is observe yellow and blue interaction in this one. White is just for compositional purposes, and it's also influenced by those colors, but that's kind of extra, so what you will can observe while doing this setup.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for great questions. Thank you for asking. So pictorial plane includes drapery and objects positioned on horizontal surface. We work with color, applying large strokes to the objects and using the side of a pastel stick to sculpt the form. Focus on conveying the volume of the quince, light, halftone, shadow, and reflected light. Observe how yellow color changes under the light and in a shadow. Simultaneously with the objects, we'll build up the blue background with a color. The closer to the object, the darker the blue. The farther away, the lighter and more bluish. The background color influences the tonal composition of the quinces cast shadow. Work quickly using broad strokes. So it's by the time I will get music going, it will be 10 till 11 Pacific time. We will work for 20 minutes and we will have sharing time. Goal achieves the effect of the yellow color advancing towards the viewer, making the queens appear as if it's emerging or bouncing off the background. Meanwhile, the background should recede into the depth, moving towards away from the viewer. And please refer to your exercise. It will help you. And also have fun. So let me stop sharing for a second while you're getting prepared because I need to get music going for you, and we will work with the music. Olga picked Sviridov, a Russian 20th century composer, and his musical illustration to the Alexander Pushkin Snowstorm. So please remember about trumpets and cellos and differences between yellow and blue while you're working. So just a second, bear with me. Guys, can you hear the music? Can you please show me thumbs up or thumbs down if you can hear the music?
I can hear it.
Thank you, Jen. There's no music. Please try to adjust volume. It's very small. It's 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. One. Ta-da! Mhm. How you guys doing? Did anybody drew the
I can show mine. It's not done by any means.
Oh, oh, please do, Jen.
Can you see it?
You using blur feature, you know.
Oh, hold
So if
on.
you remove it, it will help us.
Ah, yeah, hold on.
It will be under video settings.
Okay, hold on a second.
You, you have blur my background feature
I have to
labeled.
view my profile. No, sorry.
No, please show and we will see. Like it depends on the angle. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I can't even find myself now, sorry. Talking. Oh,
No.
here I am.
Okay.
So there. Now can you see?
Yes.
So it's not done by any means.
Did you use your own setup? You have your
Yes, I did some lemons on a blue towel.
okay.
I don't know. I haven't touched pastels in a long time. I was working on the two down below. Um, but I was struggling a little bit with the lighting, like where's the light coming from, I think.
I think you got it. I think you got light perfectly. Your blue is very light in relationship with a light yellow. So
Okay.
I do not know what color your towel is, but try to see dark blue, bright yellow contrast. Try
Okay.
to play off that. That would be my recommendation. And feel free also post it on our Facebook group and on Instagram. And I will share Olga's Instagram handle and her Facebook profile. So maybe she will take a look and let us know something. I haven't talked to her, but my 2 cents, try darken the blue at least around the lemons and see how it will work out for your composition.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for drawing with us today. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll share mine, Dasha.
Okay, let
This
me
is Cindy.
spotlight Cindy. Yay. Ta-da. Wow. What surface you have been working on?
This is Pastel Matte.
Okay. It looks electric in a good way. And you also used your own setup, right?
Yes, I had my own lemons. Yes.
Nice job there. Please
I mean,
post it, okay, on our Facebook group
yes.
or Instagram and tag Red Rock and Olga Kosheleva. I've been tagging her in a multiple posts, but please remind me. I will show her Facebook and Instagram a little bit later on.
Okay.
Anyone else? I see
Oh.
Susan with thumbs up. Susan, thank you, Cindy.
Mhm.
Let me remove spotlight. Thank you for drawing with us. Spotlight for everyone. Yay! Wow, look at that. And we also have a case of a blurred background, so you're hiding here. But now we can see you. Yes, under this angle. And you did that in 20 minutes? Or you
Yes.
started night before?
No, this is just,
Amazing, amazing. What's your takeaway from from today?
It's art spectrum. It's a rust color, and just Terry Ludwig pastels.
I'm getting background noise. I guess you have second device on. Thank you for sharing. Please post in our Facebook group. Looks wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susan. Okay, I will who's next? Rebecca and Dave. Dave, I see Dave, so I replace spotlight here.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Back a bit. So that's from the photo in the email.
Okay. Can see it. Yes, now it's brighter. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nice job there. I like the drapery.
That's just on pastel mat with a bit of blending.
Yes. What do you think about exercise? Did it help you with yellow?
Oh, it's great. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. Nice job. Thank you for joining us today. And please, if you will be sharing, please tag Red Rock and Olga Kosheleva. She will be happy to see what you guys done today. I hear Kim. Kim, are you ready to show us something?
I think so. Let me
Okay.
try here. I took this from the thing that came in the email.
Okay.
Quickly did this.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, and please post on social media and tag us, and that would be wonderful. I see two Rebeccas. So one of you Rebeccas said what you're ready to share. I do not know who, and let me
I
okay,
can
I
share
guess
mine.
Rebecca who just unmuted. I guess Rebecca has two devices. It's one Rebecca. So if you will turn your audio off, but turn your video on, we will be able to see it.
Okay.
Hello? Okay.
So I used one of my plates.
You have second device sound situation. Okay. Higher. You did your own setup with lemons and blue and white plate, lighter paper. So you make it a little bit more difficult on you. Nice job. Thank you for sharing.
It's a
Any,
little wonky.
yeah, I get background noise, I guess, because of the second device. Thank you so much for sharing. Please make sure you will post it on our group, okay? Thank you so much. Who else is ready, guys? I don't see everything I see Kathy, okay? If I missed you, please raise your hand or raise your painting. That will help me to see you for sure. Okay, I'm showing Kathy, and I guess everybody can see her now.
A bad light.
With a little bit of a lighting issue.
Yeah, my setup isn't very good. And I'm not very good at quickly painting, but I thought it
think
was
you're
very
great.
useful.
And did I please tell me, guys, did I show different image from one what I sent you in an email?
Yes, this is the one you sent in the email, I believe.
Okay, and you guys used that one. So amazing. And I made a mistake in the presentation, but guess what? I had to make one. So this was the one with a white plate, and you caught me and did amazing job. So I will have to replace it for the recording with a white plate, but that's a nice sketch.
Well, some people did the plate. I just had, it's easier for me to look right, and I had the picture on the right, and I've got my zoom on the left.
So what do you think about this exercise?
I think it's always really useful to try to get impressions down quickly and to try to be decisive with your mark making, because I know myself, I always hesitate so much and make timid starts. And so I knew I only had 20 minutes and I wanted to just
I love so
experiment.
I love so many things about your painting. I love diagonal composition. I love almost the cubism approach where missing the main hero, so which of the quinces is the main hero, but I like the contrast what you were able to create there. So like this group and this way all done about equally. So if you will bring by using qualities of yellow and its contrast with blue, one or a group towards us, you will see what you can do
Okay.
based on that knowledge what we acquired today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me show Sherry. Spotlight for everyone. Here's Sherry. You use your own still life, right? No?
No, I was working off of the photo, but I only got 3. You do realize I'm a landscape artist. Let's just put it that way.
The artist is an artist, right? So let's don't put labels on us.
Oh,
All the big. What's the movie? I don't remember, but it's something I watched last night. When you put on yourself label as identity, it becomes your prison. So that's wonderful. I like the contrast. So you have your almost darkest dark by the lightest light here. So this is great. And hard to say what, like, do they touch each other or no? Right here on a, you can work on that probably, like to merge them together or split apart. So it's they kind of like side by side.
mhm.
But I like how quickly you went into it and you completed a painting. So nice job. Thank you for drawing with us. And thank you for everything you do for the Red Rock. You and Mary, you guys keep me moving. Replace spotlight. I'm showing Tamara
Yes.
and your own setup and a plate. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
Does that show better?
Yeah. What surface are you using?
I'm using a pastel matte,
Okay.
but I did not have a dark brown, so I had to. It's not, the blue is not very dark, so I can see that it would be a lot more contrast if I had a darker blue. But I, just was kind of sketching it in real quick. So
Yeah, you can always work on it more, and it's very interesting how you were able to achieve that watercolor effect on a pastel matte. So it's totally different. That's very unusual. And how
look at it here, I can see how much more needs to be done to the lemons to have them stand out. But I just
you can see like how this lemon, what is towards my left, I guess it's towards your right, what is placed on the blue, how it comes forward, and how our lemon almost melts into the plate.
Right.
So that's the goal of the exercise here.
Yes.
I think you were able to achieve the main goal and create the movement of yellow. So you can use it in your own work later. Thank you so much for joining with us. Thank you. Who else? Susan.
Oh, hi there.
Hello.
Okay, I finally figured how to unmute the video.
Hey, Dana.
Yeah, so I just did I did what was shown here. Just quickly on Canson mixed media paper. I didn't have white. So
Hey,
it was a small like 9x12 paper, and just where my setup is, I couldn't work bigger, but anyway, it was fun. I enjoyed this.
May I ask you a question? Did you use for the shades on Quinces, did you use green or did you mix your yellow with a blue or black?
I mixed it with blue. I didn't, yeah, I just used the yellow. I kind of used, oh, it's hard to see here, yellows and blues. And then I used a darker, I think it was black and eggplant on the right side of the painting. More like, let's see, on this side, more like an eggplant and black and some blues mixed.
Nice job. And you implemented knowledge immediately, what you did.
Thank you.
Nice
Thank
job.
you.
Thank you for drawing with us and thank you for sharing. Guys, anyone else? Terry Rosenblum. Okay, I see you. I see you. Spotlight for everyone. Yay. I love the red there. I love it. And there are so many reflexes going on this plate. I guys threw you a little bit off with the reference there. Rebecca says, this was a fun exercise. Yay! So glad you enjoyed. Terry, thank you so much for sharing. This is amazing. I see the main hero, actually two of them, and want to bring blue closer to this one probably, right? And plate is on the way. But like challenge is accepted. You muted. I cannot hear you what you're saying, but I hope you enjoyed.
Mute. Okay.
Yeah, now we can.
I'm unmuted. Okay. Yeah, the plate has to finish.
Yeah.
And the foot cloth.
Yeah, I love it.
But I'm usually very detailed and very slow, so this is very different.
Yes, and that's the exercise. It's a point of getting out of your comfort zone and doing something what you haven't done.
It's also paper I hate. I don't like this paper.
Triple challenge. Look at you.
Yes.
Overachieving there.
I know. I like the UArt 500, and this is Snellier paper, which I hate.
Okay, so you don't feel attached to it. You can be brave with it. Okay.
Yeah, but this was different. It worked for this.
Yes. I see you enjoyed. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. It
Thank
was
you
great.
for working with us.
Oh, thank you.
Guys, I promised you to, if anybody else have your work to share and I didn't see you, please unmute yourself or raise your painting. It's the best way. So who is this?
Nancy?
Nancy, let me pin you.
It's not the best light, maybe.
Oh, it's wonderful. You did your own setup. Dark brown paper, I think I can see it shining through, but view is classical viewpoint, so you did change the angle.
I planned on it having more dark, so I think I'm still going to work on it a bunch. But I did go out and buy yellow flowers yesterday, so.
No, I'm glad what they're going to not just be decoration, but be your muse for the next couple of days.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. And please
it's on gesso board, by the way.
What's that?
It's on gesso board with clear gesso on it, as well as the dark that I tinted it with burnt sienna. So it's good homemade surface, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing. Please post it on our Facebook group or Instagram and tag us. I will be checking account in the next couple of days and seeing what's happening there. I promised you to share Olga's Instagram and and Facebook. So let me do that really quick. Bear with me for a second. Facebook. I'm using several screens for this lecture, so it's a little bit unusual. Thank you for staying here. Okay, let me open it and I'll be able to show it to you. hopefully. But I'm in a good shape so far. Okay, so here is Olga's Instagram. Guys, can you see my screen? Olga Kosheleva art with an underscore right here. Your Facebook, it's in Russian, Olga Kosheleva, but if you type Olga Kosheleva on your Facebook, you will find her right here, and a lot of common friends as an artist. And here's a green for the next one, right? We can pick next color inspiration, and here's your Instagram. She works a lot, something constantly working, and different series from Tokyo Museum. Reds, like very different. I'll share it also in our recording. Thank you so much for spending your Monday with us. Hope you will enter our exhibition. So I need to, guys, I guess, share our my presentation with you, and just for a second to thank you and remind you about deadline for the upcoming show. I hope you will enter, and I hope you will have time in the next week. If you haven't yet, create something for Yellow exhibition, and this knowledge what you acquire or what you just get refreshed on, you will be able to implement towards the different subjects, not just still life, but if you work as an abstract artist, if you work with landscapes, or even with portraits, like you can still do that. Wonderful exercise. I enjoyed this exercise. Thank you, guys. You are the best. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I see you soon. Thank you, Sherry and Mary, for your
Thank you,
technical
Dasha.
support.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dasha.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Dasha.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dasha. Everybody have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.